So again, which color would I find in an adult? Yellow or red for bone marrow?
Yellow.
Yellow. Children? Red. Why do kids have red? They're still growing, right? So I'm producing more blood because I'm still growing. Would be, I don't know, what do you have for like an adult? I'm trying to think like how many liters. I think like for a male, you have like 4 to 6 liters of blood. And for a female, you got less, like maybe 3 to 5, something like that in there, whatever. So, as like a baby, you only have like what, maybe like a 2 liter? They have like what, right? And as you grow, you're gonna have more blood. So you need more bone marrow, make more blood cells so you don't die. All right, so we're going to talk about some histology now. So the word histology means the study of tissue. Okay, so bone tissue, we saw that up in lab. Remember your little tree trunks? That was bone tissue. Made up of cells like osteocytes, osteoclasts, osteoblasts, osteoprogenitor cells, or whatever. So all that osteo stuff. And there's a few words I want you to know about. It says the matrix. And you might remember the matrix is like the stuff that surrounds the cells. Okay, so there. And it says it's very solid due to a process of calcification. Now there's a couple words here I want you to know. Calcification and ossification. They sound almost the same. I'm going to show you the difference between the two now. So what are your bones made up of? Calcium. Everything felt like calcium, right? So you have calcium, you got some collagen fibers, you have magnesium, you have phosphorus, you have all that crazy stuff out there. And here's the key difference. I'm going to give you both words. So I'm going to have here calcification. And the other one is ossification. Hey, Doc, can I go to the beach for the weekend? Yeah. You see like people that should not be wearing bathing suits? Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, oh, wasn't it? She had like a rule about that or something. Like, how much you like Walmart and beach, like, sorry. I don't know. All right. So here's the deal. If you calcify something, you're going to add calcium to it. That's the key. If you calcify, you're going to add calcium to it. Makes sense, right? Okay. So what happens if you ossify something?
Oxygen.
You take calcium away.
You convert it to bone. Yeah. Convert to bone. Well, you take something and make it bone. We're going to take hyaline cartilage and convert that to bone. Because remember, the fetal skeleton is made of hyaline cartilage. But when you're born, you have real bones, right? So 6 weeks later, sort of thing. Okay. So if I take my little chunk of hyaline cartilage, that's my little fetal skeleton there going on for me, and then I convert that chunk of hyaline cartilage to bone tissue, that's ossification. Now to do that, I have to calcify the cartilage. I have to add calcium to the cartilage. That would be called calcification. So the process of ossification includes calcification. I have to do this in order to do this. Make sense? Okay. All right, so again, so the matrix, right, the part around my cells is very solid, very hard, because bones are hard, due to the process of calcification. I'm going to add calcium to it to make it really hard. I also have a few other things. I have something known as hydroxyapatite crystals. Holy cow, that's crazy stuff. Your bones are made of that stuff as well. It says we have what? Minerals and crystals with collagen fibers, phosphorus, magnesium. This is all the stuff that your bones are made up of. How solid are your bones? Are they really solid? Yep. Depending on which age you are too, right? And your activity level and all the other crazy stuff. When do you reach like maximum bone density? Like when are your bones the toughest, the hardest in your lifetime, do you think?
30. 20. 18.
Yeah, right about age 20. Okay. After that, it's all downhill, right? No matter what you do, it's like downhill from there. All right, yeah. So, have you heard of like bone density exams? T-scores, C-scores, things like that or whatever? Yeah. Okay, so they have all that crazy stuff out there. So, some people can lose a lot of bone density throughout their lifetime, depending on what's going on here. But usually it's like, I don't know, 2 to 4%, they say, typically over a 10-year period. Wow. So every 10 years, you lose about 2 to 4% of your bone density. Okay. So that's for like typical. Some people have more than that. All right, so if you go from 20 to 30, let's say you lose 4%, and 30 to 40, that's another 4, right? 40 to 50, another 4, 50 to 60, there's another 4, 60 to 70, another 4. So you lost about 20% of your bone density by age 70 for the slow losers. Other people can do like, I don't know, 7 to 8%, almost double that. So think about this. So 20, so by the time you're 70, for a fast loser, you're going to lose what? Double that, 40%. So when you start getting hip fractures, the 60s and 70s, right? That's when the hip bones like starts to disintegrate or whatever. You can't support the weight of the body anymore. And you just, not that you fall and break your hip, but usually the hip breaks and then you fall. You just can't support your weight. Okay. Here's another cool bit of information. If you have a hip replacement, how long are you going to live, typically?
10 years.
Statistically speaking, if you break your hip and have it replaced, how long do you have to live?
5 years.
Are you A, B, C, D? A, B, C, D. 1, 5, 10, 15.
C.
B.
No, I'd say 1.
Hip replacement patients typically only live a year after they have hips done.
Why?
It's a really stressful surgery.
I mean, that's like average, right? But some people live like 10 years, 15, but you gotta figure you're already 70. What's like average life expectancy anyways? America.
I don't know. I have clients who are like
Late 70s,
97.
early 80s. Yeah, you have some that are like way old. That's like half a million. So, so how can you increase bone density? Exercise. Weight bearing exercise. Right? You can't sit around and watch TV and look out so well. What about swimming? Not so much so, right? Jogging, biking, weightlifting, aerobics. Yeah, that's a good stuff right there. All right, so you got to have the calcium. You got to have the vitamin D that goes with the calcium so you actually absorb it into your intestinal tract. And then also other stuff, hydroxyapatite crystals. You actually can buy that stuff in the store. It's called MCHC. It stands for microcrystalline hydroxyapatite crystals. It's a supplement you can take. You can buy it like at Richards or Whole Foods or whatever. And this actually works pretty good for increasing your bone density. So if you're worried about that, you can take this supplement. It helps out better than like calcium. You have to have calcium too, but this is a good one to take as well. And then what also would increase your risk of having low bone density? How about like smokers? Birth control pills. Right, all that stuff that's like, yeah. So you need to do some sort of exercise, eat better, you need to take a supplement, especially mom, grandma has bad osteoporosis, osteopenia. You don't want that too, right? All right, so here's what I want you to know though. The minerals, like calcium and phosphorus and magnesium, makes the bones hard. And then you have the collagen fibers for the framework for the tensile strength. So one's for strength, the other one is for hardness. That's always a question too. I'll show you what I mean by that. You're going to have, again, our big chunk of bone. And my bone, I'm going to have like columns of fibers. These collagen fibers that are out there. Fibers, fibers, fibers. And then on the fibers, I'm going to take and insert or penetrate these little bits of calcium and phosphorus and magnesium onto them. So it's like having a concrete floor, like concrete floor. Like when they make a concrete floor, it's just like concrete.
No.
Yeah, they put in metal rods, right? Called rebar. So there's a little piece of metal rod that are in there. And then they pour the concrete, which is like cement and rock and gravel and sand and everything else, right? And water, right? So without the rods, the floor would crack and break, right? So you got to have the rods to keep everything from shifting or whatever. Same thing in the body. You got to have the collagen fibers, and then you dump in the minerals for the hardness. So same idea. So collagen provides strength, minerals provide the hardness. Good? Okay. So here's a picture. Maybe we saw this little piece here, this little osteon thing from our lab when we did our compact bone tissue for us. What they did here is they took like a little sample of your bone tissue. So Again, here's the bone. We'll go through it 1,000 times. You cut it in half. We said it looked like this, right? With my medullary cavity. What they did here in this picture is they took a sample. They went like slice, 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 and they grabbed it and they set it up like this. So a little wedge of cheese, if you will. So here you can find, here's my periosteum in the blue. Here's my medullary cavity way over here. And you notice I have two types of bone tissue as well. I have spongy bone, which is a sponge, and I have compact bone over here. You're probably used to seeing the little osteon, those little rings, right, from lab. That was compact bone we took a look at. And I'll show you some spongy bone stuff here too. Do your bones have blood supply to them?
Yes.
They do. You can actually see the little arteries and veins coming through here. So we'll talk about blood supply to your bone tissues through the central canals and the perforating canals and things like that. We'll also talk about bone cells, osteocytes and osteoblasts and osteoclasts. And we'll talk about the rings known as lamellae. You actually have a few types of those. You have inner and outer circumferential lamellae and all the others. You guys ready for that? Mm-hmm. Maybe? Sure. Okay, sure, why not, right? Okay, so we're going to do some bone tissue first. Talk about the cells that make up the bone tissue. And we'll go through here. Hey, what do you think an osteogenic cell is? Osteo, bone, genesis, creation of, it pertaining to. So if you break it apart, pertaining to the creation of bone, if you will. So these are like my little stem cells, right? You've heard of like stem cell research and things like that. But they give rise to, right, they're the precursors to my bone cells that are out here. So my osteogenic cells make osteoblasts and things like that. So maybe that's the only thing you want to know is osteogenic cells are the precursor cells, the stem cells that can become like all sorts of crazy connective tissues that are out there. So precursor cells, stem cells, osteogenic cells. All right, that's cell type number 1. Cell type number 2, the osteoblasts. So again, osteo, bone, blast, to build. Okay, so go with that. So my little osteoblasts. I remember like B for blasts and B for build. Yeah, so it's my B and B, build, blasts, I think. So it says they're the bone builders for me. The cool thing is, it says once they're completely surrounded by the matrix, that hard stuff, and my bony tissue, they change their name. They go from an osteoblast to an osteocyte. Crazy, isn't it? So like maybe, I don't know, Charles Jones, and you go rob a bank somewhere, then you want to change your name, right? You rob a bank. Just throwing it out for you. So you lose to bank robbery, take it away one time, set your life. What are the odds of them catching you anyways? Not that great. I don't know. You have a costume, buy those little silly gospels, or recipes, whatever. You guys can do it. Okay, so what's an osteocyte then? It's a mature bone cell. It supervises the bony tissue. So go with that, it's mature. Mature / supervisor sort of thing, that one. Again, you have to have a supervisor for the tissue, so you can tell it what to do, when to do it, what it should look like, more of this, less of that. Now the cool thing is your little osteocytes, those mature bone cells, they live in these little crevices, these little cavities inside the bony tissue, and they're called lacunae. So your osteocytes live in lacunae. So you're going to like a little lacunae, it's like a little chamber, and here's your little osteocyte hanging out on the inside of it. Right through there. There's a really big nucleus maybe here. And it has to talk to other osteocytes. So here's like another lacunae with another osteocyte right in the middle of it. And they communicate through these small little canals. Here's like a little canal here, to there, so things we can get rid of that. And what should I call this small little canal?
Lacunal canal.
Small canal. It's called the word canal, it's called a canaliculi. A canaliculi. Sounds like can I lick your eye? So yeah, so you have all these little canals that pull off of your lacunae. Yeah, actually, you have like extra credit. You bring in like a little video, and you look at somebody's eye, and you get 5 points.
That's it?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at somebody's eye, you're, you know.